Hey guys, welcome back. Chris is the name, and making this video, it's the game. Cheers. Got whiskey. It burns. Today we have the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K versus the Sony A7s III and a long-awaited gladiator battle royale of the century against these two cameras that I just mentioned. Don't bring your 4-year-old daughter because this will be violent. Too violent for their baby eyeballs. I really hope that wasn't weird. You know, it's so weird talking to the camera. Like, I feel so uncomfortable right now. It's ridiculous. It's weird because I'm also an actor. But like when I'm playing a character in front of the camera, it really doesn't feel weird. It's just when I'm being myself. I think it's because I'm a weird person and I don't want people to think that I'm as weird as I am. Warning, the footage I'm gonna show you was very unscientific. I just put the cameras head to head right next to each other on different scenarios that I thought could have been helpful. Honestly, I thought the Blackmagic was going to like way outperform the Sony because it's like the Blackmagic's a cinema camera. Like, this thing is gonna like destroy the Sony in that cinema quality. And to my surprise, I thought the Sony was like very comparable to the Blackmagic. Yes, maybe the Blackmagic has a little less of a digital feel, but the Sony, I feel like you can do that in post if you want it to look more cinema-esque. And if you want to throw a diffusion filter on the Sony, you can do it and make it look more cinematic. What the Sony can do that the Blackmagic can't do is perform really well in low light. What I did was, still in daylight, I just bumped the ISO up, threw those apertures at like F something high. I made sure they matched, and you can see in the Blackmagic, the image is just way more noisier than the Sony is. I'm still a little confused on S-Log 2 versus S-Log 3 because you go back and forth between the two. S-Log 3 seems to give you more dynamic range, but if you're in a lower light setting, it's more grainier. Now, I've heard that there's not any more grain in the image, it's just S-Log 2 is processed more, so it cuts out the grain. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're in a well-lit area, use S-Log 3 because you get the more highlight recovery and maybe some more detail in the shadows. But if you're in lower light, use S-Log 2 because in my experience, it was a lot easier to color grade and you didn't have to worry too much about all the grain. So taking a look at these images, personally, I didn't see much of a difference between the Sony and the Blackmagic. I wanted to see how they fared against each other in like different colors. I feel like Sony does a lot better. Excuse me, a little burpy poop. Not burpy poop. I feel like the Sony does a lot better with the reds. Blackmagic just for some reason does not like the color red, and I wanted to show that in this test. All the other colors, they seem to fare well against each other. I don't know, I just like colors. I'm a colorful dude, and I like colors. And I like testing them in these colorful cameras. Excuse me while I drink this. Do better. Do better. Okay, so I have pros and cons between both cameras. The Blackmagic, what I love about it is that it's like a cinema camera. You know, even though you only get 50 frames per second when you're at its high resolution 6K, you get to choose every different frame rate. It feels more like a cinema camera. You get all the flavors of raw footage that you want. So it gives you a lot of versatility with that. Whereas the Sony, you only get 24, 30 in some codecs, 60, 120, and 240 and 1080, which, by the way, is freaking amazing, and that's something I love about the Sony. But there's something about using the Blackmagic that just makes you feel like you're making a movie, even though you might be shooting something for work or just like a little YouTube video. You feel like you're making a movie. The con about the Blackmagic is that the battery life sucks big butts, ginormous butts. To make this camera work, I had to rig it up with a V-mount battery, top handle, side handle, and just this whole cinema rig. So it took out the shake from the camera so I can smoothly move it. But man, using it daily for work is just so tiring. I'm a little guy, okay? And I'm holding this big camera, and it's just like, I mean, you do get compliments on the camera though. Everyone's like, hey, nice rig, nice camera. How much is that? I bet it's like $30 million. But still, it was just so hard to use. Now getting the Sony in my hands, a big pro is that I just need the body and a lens, and I could vlog with it. And there's in-body stabilization in it. And it has autofocus, which is just such a huge deal. The Blackmagic doesn't. So I don't have to think about focusing. The camera does it for me, and it just makes the workflow, the content creation workflow, so much easier. I make videos every day for work, and using the Sony has been like such a dream for me. It's so much easier to content create now. Like, watch the difference. If I go back here, the Sony should autofocus on me, whereas the Blackmagic isn't gonna stay focused. And if I wanna rig it up, that's great. I got a little cage for the Sony. I put my Blackmagic stuff on it. Now I have more of a cinema rig. I have a monitor, I have a side handle. It takes rid of some of those camera jitters so I don't have to use in-body stabilization. And then if I want to just vlog with it, I just take it off, and now I just have my camera, and it's easy enough to use. And the Wi-Fi on this camera, so if I want to connect it to my phone, I can get the photos and videos instantly. So I can make a quick edit and post it on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Pony Express, Laundromat, Little Brothers Middle School. It doesn't matter. I can post it anywhere. And it just goes right to my phone and just boop, done. Easy. Can't do that on the Blackmagic. Honestly, the images are so comparable. So for me personally, having the autofocus alone makes the camera 100% worth it. And having those Wi-Fi capabilities and just the ease of use, it's a no-brainer. So whether you're a YouTuber, content creator, or you need to make videos daily for work, using the A7s III is just so much nicer than the Blackmagic. Blackmagic, look, sorry, okay? Hey, I love you. You look so good. You look so good. It's just so hard to use you daily, okay? It's not me, it's you. It is you. Honestly, I'm sorry to say it, but it's you. It's just you're so hard to work with. You're so heavy all the time. And I don't want to have to focus all the time. I want to focus on other stuff, like what I'm gonna eat later. That's your big brother right here, A7s III. He can do more than you. I know that's sad. He can do 120 frames in 4K without cropping in. It's amazing. You can't do that, man. You have to crop in like crazy, and it's 2.8K. It's not even 4K. All right? I'm sorry. So that's pretty much it. I've been using the Sony for a couple weeks, and honestly, I'm in love with it. I'd have its babies. It's been a dream. Blackmagic, quit looking at me like that. Quit it. Leave a comment if you want to see more, because, hey, I'm new to this. This is really weird for me. I want to test these things out. I want to show people what the differences are. I might do a video where I just shoot a bunch of stuff and not tell you guys which camera's which, and it's this fun little thing where people are like, oh, I thought that was the Blackmagic. Oh, that's the Sony? No way, I thought it was the Blackmagic as well. A video like that. I'm gonna go finish this drink over here, not on the camera. Bye. Oh,